Heung-min Son and Steven Bergwijn could be fit for the Chelsea game, according to Dan Kilpatrick. I mean, that's obviously great news, but Ali Gold said something quite the opposite, didn't he?
Yeah, he said that it's looking like that Son and Dyer are going to be struggling to be fit for Sunday, with more hope given to Steven Bergwijn to be available. And that, especially with Sonny, we know how important he is in these kind of games, especially against teams like Chelsea, where we're going to be penned back quite a lot, especially with their formation. They play with that three at the back. They just look so solid all over the pitch. They always seem to have a spare man, and it's going to be so crucial to spring counter-attacks whenever possible. And without Sonny, it's going to be very, very difficult to do that in this kind of game. And if he's not playing, it's going to be very hard to get much joy. If Bergwijn comes in, then at least we have a bit more pace in the forward line. We can have Kane, Bergwijn, and Lucas. At least I think we'll offer some threat. But it's just not the same when you have Son, who when he gets an opportunity, he's so much more likely than Lucas or Bergwijn to take it. And without him, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, and as Nuno said, Sonny is a killer, and that's exactly what he is. He's a big game player. He turns up for big games. I mean, how many times has he scored against Chelsea? How many times has he scored against Man City? You know, he's always turning up for the big games. He wins on Arsenal as well. So it'll be a big miss. Of course, it'll be a big miss if he does, if he's not fit for the Chelsea game. But I think that Bergwijn being fit is a massive plus for us. I really believe that. I mean, in the big games like that, look, I know he doesn't get many goals or assists or stuff like that, but I think that he provides us with such an outlet going forward, such a pressing game, and also the counter-attacking style as well. I mean, he provides so much to us in big games like that, doesn't he?
And he's very big. He's a very good ball carrier as well. We saw that against Man City. The amount of times he was able to bring the ball from midfield into the attacking third with his speed and dribbling ability is very crucial. And we're going to need that against Chelsea if we're going to get any sort of result in the bag. But we're not only going to need that as well, we're going to need a defence. And Dyer looking like he's struggling is not good news, because we probably could do with a bit of that experience, although he did give away that penalty last year. But by the by, Romero and Sanchez coming back the day before the Chelsea game, but hopefully with their fitness conditioning out in Croatia, they should be fit enough to play, you'd hope. But it's the one thing being fit enough to play, but you worry about them being tactically up to speed, them knowing exactly their roles and working the rest of the back four, because they've been separated. People don't seem to take that into account. Yes, you're keeping up your match fitness and all of that, but they're not training with their teammates. They're not learning how their teammates like to operate. They're not learning as a unit, as a back four, which is how all defenses need to basically train. They need to train together, so they all as a one, because you're a unit as a defense. So yes, maybe one defender can come into a solid unit and kind of get up to speed, but then when you got two people. People are saying we should put Sanchez and Romero back in, like, straight away, both of them. It's like when you got two defenders.
What choice do we have, though?
I guess Rodon's the only other one, but again, I guess you have a similar issue. But when I'm just saying, when you have two defenders who are going straight in, kind of, yes, they're match fit, but are they tactically up to speed? There's big question marks there, whether the communication will be and all that kind of stuff.
At the end of the day, though, we got no choice whatsoever. No choice whatsoever. Out of all of our centre backs, Dyer's out, Tanganga's out. Rodon's there, he's fit, and the other two are the other two that are coming back the day before the game. So ultimately, we're left with no choice.
We'll pick Rodon.
Huh?
Or 1-1 plus Rodon.
But even Rodon hasn't been with the other two, and
he has. He's been there He's been training with them for the last 2 weeks.
Been training with who?
The team.
Yeah, but he hasn't been training with the backline, is what I'm saying, and the backline need to be training together.
He's been training with Emerson and Reguilon. He's been training with them,
but not his centre back partner.
Forget the partner. I'm saying as you got three. At least if you were with Rodon there, potentially you have three defenders who have been training together for the last 10 days or so, and then if you add one extra one instead of two, maybe that's less disruption onto a backline. I don't know, but I'm just saying I guess it's true. He's got his hands tied behind his back. That's absolutely right. But I'm just saying it's another element to them training in Croatia, not just match fitness. There's also all that other stuff with training with the team as well and getting into Nuno's tactics, and that's another frustrating thing. Ultimately, you probably have to play both of them, just because I think they're both the most suited to what Chelsea might offer. You can't. Romero's played against Lukaku before. He played against Lukaku last year and had a great game.
Pocketed Lukaku, mate.
So he knows how it is, and to play against that kind of player. So he's going to have to play, I think. But it's just going to be a big ask for them to come back and within 24 hours play the game. But I guess what choice do we have? You're right. But it's but yeah, that's why Dyer being out is also a blow. And it's going to be interesting to see, you know, do we match Chelsea 3 at the back? I mean, can we match Chelsea 3 at the back?
We don't even have the personnel to match Chelsea 3 at the back.
Unless we get Rodon, Sanchez or
Ben Davis plays left centre back.
Davis there. Or Rodon, Sanchez and Romero. Back 3, Emerson and Reguilon on the full-backs. And then,
but then if one gets injured, we have to move to a back 4 or bring Davis in.
Yeah, but if we start with a back 4, it's back 4 anyway.
True. Yeah, it's true.
Difficult one. Depends how we match up. Because Chelsea's formation at the moment, they just look so unstoppable.
These players, these Argentinian and Davinson Sanchez have left us in such an impossible spot. They really have. I mean, obviously they couldn't take the other injuries into account, but it is what it is.
I've got a feeling he might go back 3. You know.
Yeah,
if he can, because if he plays that back 3 of Romero, Sanchez, Rodon, goes Emerson, Reguilon wing backs, and Skip and Højbjerg in the centre, I think he's going to see that as a real solid base to try and contain Chelsea. Then the front 3 of Kane, Bergwijn,
park
Lucas.
the bus at home to Chelsea again.
Well, yeah. What do you expect? You expect us to attack them?
I expect not to attack, but you know, not park the bus. There's something in between, maybe. I don't know. I just hate this defensive style of football and parking the bus and, you know, no chances created, no creation when the team whatsoever. It's just so boring to watch. It's just so boring to watch.
And if we don't have Sonny, it won't work. But we'll see.
And it's it seems as though this has become our DNA now. We've been playing like this for 2 years.
Yep.
And it's just really hard to watch. It is. And like when you cast your mind back to the Tottenham teams of Pochettino, Harry Redknapp, you know, the successful Tottenham teams, Martin Jol, Keith Birkinshaw, you know, keep going all the way back. It's how we play is attacking football no matter who we come up against. You know what I mean?
And but then it's true, especially under Pochettino, we didn't fear anyone, and that was the best thing about that team. And that we whoever we played, Real Madrid, Man City, Chelsea, it doesn't matter who we played, we had no fear about going toe to toe with them. And that's what we enjoyed so much. Yeah, we would lose games. We would also have big wins and big moments. And it got us to a Champions League final. It got us so many places. But unfortunately, you know, we sacked him, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I think we're massively paying the price for that.
Of course we are.